Hey everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a Q&A. It has been a while since I filmed one and I've been getting a lot of questions recently. I've honestly gained a lot of new subscribers and I know some of you are wanting to probably get to know me a little bit better, so I thought I would just answer some common questions I've been receiving. I also asked on Instagram and YouTube community tab about a month or two ago, so I know some of the questions are older and I apologize. It's taken me so long to film this. I planned on doing a Q&A back in December, but life just kept happening and sitting down. Like, I feel like really chatty videos like this have to be done at the right time. And yeah, life's just been busy. It's hard to kind of just do a talking video, I guess. It's really not that hard. I don't know why I'm making excuses. The truth is, it's just I didn't do it. But today, that's what I'm filming for you guys. So I hope you enjoy. Hopefully you get to know me a little bit better. I'm about to make some lemon water real quick, and this is kind of random but funny. I pulled this out of the fridge and I was like, oh my gosh, why does this look fake? It is too perfect. Look how perfect this lemon is. I don't even want to cut it. Like, it's that pretty. I feel like I even squeezed it because I was like, wait a second. Is this real? Because it just looks too pretty to be a real lemon. But I'm gonna chop her up and make me some lemon water real quick. Oh my gosh, even the inside is perfect. This is crazy. It's like too pretty. By the way, I just like take my lemons, cut it, I take my knife and like poke into it to kind of loosen everything up, and then it makes it easy to squeeze. Okay, so on Instagram, I got lots of questions. Starting with tips on starting a YouTube channel. We're gonna start with this one only because I feel like this is a very hot topic right now. A lot of people are asking me, what's my biggest advice for starting a YouTube channel? Any tips that I can offer? All the things. So first off, I'll be the first to admit, YouTube is tough. It is so hard. It's hard to navigate. It's hard to figure out where to begin. But I'm gonna give you my biggest advice. Pre-film. If you're going to start a channel, don't start a channel and then just start uploading. I like film, edit, upload. Don't do that. Start filming now. Get videos done, edit, upload them, but don't post them. Have like a month's worth of videos ready to go before you actually launch your channel, because there is nothing worse than starting fresh, being a new content creator, and having to do the whole film, edit, upload. It's tough and it can be exhausting, especially as you're learning as you're going. I know for me personally, I wish that I would have known this, like that you can upload videos, leave them as like unlisted on YouTube. You can edit them, you can mess with your thumbnails, really practice. Like I said, get a month's worth of videos uploaded and ready to go. And when you feel confident in your editing and your uploading and filming in general, then launch your channel. That way you have a month's worth of videos to go. Like, you're gonna be uploading consistently, which is gonna really help your channel tremendously. Consistency is key with YouTube. I truly believe that. I also think that posting a lot helps a lot as well. I think this is like one of those mixed review type of things where some people say quality over quantity, some say quantity over quality. I'm gonna say have like a happy medium. You don't want your videos to be crappy, but you also want to get enough content up to where your viewers are seeing your name pop up so much that they can't forget you. That's the type of content that you want to be rolling out. I did this when I first started my YouTube channel. Now granted, back when I started was totally different than it is now, and I do feel like the YouTube algorithm has definitely changed, but I still believe that if you want to get your channel to grow, you want to hit that 1,000 subscribers, that 4,000 watch hours, you have to post a lot, period. Like, there's just no other way to put it. You want to get pushed out in that algorithm, so you want to be really promoting your channel, commenting back to people, being authentic. Being authentic is the number one thing. Y'all, I've been on YouTube for almost 6 years at this point, and I have seen it more and more and more and more and more, and it's the unfortunate truth. Some people like start a YouTube channel, they figure out what works for them and like what blows them up, and then they start running with that. Then it's hard for them to keep up with because it's not truly who they are. Like, trying to put on this persona for YouTube is not the way to go. So don't just start posting videos because that's what's gonna make you grow or I'm sorry, don't start posting certain type of content because that's what's booming right now. Don't make prank videos if you're not genuinely a prankster. Don't make cleaning videos if you absolutely hate cleaning. Eventually you're gonna get burnt out on it. And I think just being yourself, finding what truly brings you joy, finding a way to create that in a video is the way to go. I'm sure everybody watching this video right now has something to offer others. You just have to find out what that is and turn it into content, period. Like, I think that that's what YouTube boils down to. And I'll say it, it's luck. It's luck. 99% of YouTube, in my opinion, is luck. I think that 1% is like hard work. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot of hard work. I'm not trying to downplay that. I know I spend a lot of time working on my videos and filming and stuff. But I could work all day on a video and it could be like the best video in my eyes. I post it and it completely tanks. A lot of times it is just luck with the algorithm. So keep that in mind. Don't beat yourself up if your perfect video does not blow up, because it happens to a lot of content creators. So don't stress it, because it's hard. It's a hard place. And I think that's a lot of times why people go to like TikTok or Instagram, because sometimes you get like that instant gratification. I just think YouTube is long-term like better than other platforms. That's just my opinion. I'm not into TikTok. I don't even have it. I don't even watch it. I do like Instagram, but Instagram to me is really difficult. I can't figure it out either. But heck, I don't even know how to do YouTube barely, so y'all, I'm probably not the one to ask for advice. But anyway, moving on. Any projects for the backyard? Are y'all putting a new pool back up? No, we are not putting the pool back up this year. We are most likely just gonna do like a kiddie pool or like a bounce house that has like the water splash pad. The reason for this is because it rains too much here in Florida, and if you don't have like a pool person that comes to your house to take care of your pool, I feel like it's just too hard. And I actually really am happy that we don't have the pool up anymore. It gives us so much more yard space. In my opinion, the yard just looks prettier and bigger, and I cannot wait to see how it's gonna look whenever all the grass grows in and the dogs get to like run through the whole yard. We'll probably put up the fire pit at that point, because right now we have like a little fire pit up with like a little sitting area. And we will most likely put all that up once all the grass grows in real good. And it's turning green. We've been watering our grass and it's looking pretty. So anyway, moving on. Rachel said, I think you said you were gonna do a workout video, but can you share what workouts you've been doing? Yes, I will be sharing a like day in the life, sharing what I eat, my workouts and stuff. I've been working out. I just haven't been eating as healthy as I was at the beginning of last month, or actually all of last month. So I need to get back in my healthy eating routine. But as far as workouts go, I do have like a workout routine I've been working on, and I love it. I think it is helping. It's helping me, number one, maintain, so I'm not gaining weight back as fast. Because y'all, last night, I'm not gonna lie to you, I ate McDonald's twice. Like, we had McDonald's for lunch and then we ate it for dinner too. But to my defense, like, it's been a hectic few days. And yes, we sometimes eat conveniently because that's just life. So yeah, I will be sharing workouts, what I eat in a day, once I'm kind of back in my good routine again. But right now, with the week that we've had in the past couple weeks, it's just been, you know, it's been one of those times. Donna asked, have you ever worked outside of the home before? Absolutely, yes. I started working, well, if you mean as a mom, yes. I worked when my daughter was little. I worked an overnight shift at Walgreens to make ends meet, because we were really, really struggling, and I had to do what I had to do. So when my husband would get home from work, I would leave for work and I would get off at like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. It was really hard. It was tough. It was very, very tough. I'm not gonna lie. I was extremely exhausted. Also having to come home and take care of like my daughter was about 5 months when I started working. And then I stopped working at Walgreens when she was like 1.5 years, almost 2. Actually, I think she was like 2. I worked there for a while. And then it just made more sense for me to stay home because I was so exhausted. And I also went through some really severe postpartum depression. And I just couldn't take it anymore. And I think exhaustion played a big part of that. So I ended up quitting working at Walgreens, and I actually worked at McDonald's for a little bit again, and then I quit. I ended up pregnant with my son finally, because we tried to get pregnant for a while because my daughter was getting older and I wanted them to be close in age. and I got pregnant with him, and then we decided it was just made more sense to stay home. Plus, anytime I wanted to work, I had to work an overnight shift because we didn't live near family, and daycares are expensive, and the daycares in the area we lived in Valdosta, Georgia, and we lived actually out in Naylor, which is out in the country, and all the daycares were like all the way in Valdosta. And so if I was to get like a day job, the good daycares were really expensive, and it really was like I would be working to pay for daycare. So for all of those who always say like, why don't YouTubers just get a real job? It's so frustrating, and I just like, I don't know why, but I just feel like I have to say this for those working stay-at-home moms that are trying to hustle and make ends meet from home. The reason we do what we do is because it is extremely hard to find a good paying job outside of the home that's going to pay well enough to make it worth the daycare expense and spending the whole time away from your family. So if you're able to work from home, I think anybody would do it. And I don't know not one woman out there that wouldn't take the opportunity to work from home on social media. That's just my opinion, but I think it's a great platform. I think social media can do amazing things for families. And yeah, I'm super proud of what I do. I'm super proud of that, and I don't want to find another job. I love what I do. So yeah, but if I ever did work outside of the home again, not that you asked, but if you were curious, I would love to be a teacher. I would say like first grade or kindergarten, or I would also love to be like working like for the city of some sort, maybe like, I don't know, city job, whatever that is, just so I have like great benefits. But I really would love to be a teacher. That's like my goal job if I wasn't doing YouTube. So, in case you were wondering. Let's see, do we have any vacation plans for this summer? Yes and no. We actually have spent a ton of money over the past couple of weeks due to an accident that I got into. I got into a car accident, and we spent pretty much all of our savings on trying to get a new vehicle. I also missed a lot of YouTube work, and whenever you're not uploading, you're not making money. So we had to use a lot of our savings, unfortunately. So the savings we did have for like our vacations and stuff, we're actually gonna try to cut back a little bit this year and do cheaper vacations. So we have some planned. We're probably gonna do a few water parks, but we're not doing a beach vacation this year like we did last year and the year before. If you have been following for a while, you probably saw that we usually go to Anna Maria and we stay at the Bungalow Beach Resort. We love it there. It's beautiful, but it's around $1,000 by the end of the trip, because the vacation itself, staying at the Bungalow Beach Resort, it's like 800, or I think it was like 600 or 700. And then the cost of travel, staying there, food while you're there, it gets expensive. So yeah, not doing that this year. We're gonna split that money up instead and try to do like smaller things that are cheaper. And there's a lot of free things you can do around here, so we'll definitely have some things to do. What is your favorite feel-good movie? Maid of Honor. The Maid of Honor is my absolute favorite movie, and it's funny, my husband actually loves it too. It's a great movie. Like awesome. It's always, I can watch it a million times and never get old. And every time I watch it, I cry. Like a baby. Like I boohoo cry. Let's see. What's your future plans as empty nesters for you and Dylan? So, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. My kids are still very young, and we got a long ways before that. But if we did jump forward however many years ahead, whenever my kids move out and leave me alone. Honestly, sorry, camera died. But the plan will be to sell our house, get an RV, and travel wherever the kids go. So if the kids like decide to pack up and move to college, like out of state, first of all, I'm gonna be like boohoo crying. Second, I'm probably gonna like trail behind them a distance. I'm gonna give them their space. I'm not gonna be that mom that's like super annoying that my kids like just can't stand. Like when mom calls, I want them to answer the phone. They better watch this video back. Don't ever ignore me, please, because that would just break my heart. I get it though. I get it as a teenager or like a young adult, like when your parents call, you're like, oh my gosh, it's mom. But like, I don't want to be that parent. I want my kids to like want to answer me and to talk to me, and like, it makes me emotional to think about. But I hope that we can like travel then when that time comes. Maybe we'll get like a nice, you know, RV and just kind of travel around the world and just kind of do our thing. And when our kids need us, we'll be there because we can just kind of go wherever they're going. So that's the plan. I think that would be like my plan. That's what I want to do. Dylan's all for it too. He's just a go with the flow type of guy. He'll do whatever I want to do. He's like, he doesn't care. As long as he's got a comfy bed and food, he's fine. He don't give a crap about nothing. So someone asked, do people recognize you out in public and does it bug you? Absolutely not. Does not bug me at all, but yes, I do get recognized out in public. To be honest with you, if anything, it scares the crap out of me, not because I'm like scared, but it's because I don't know what to say. And like, hi. That's what I say. I'm like, hi. And then they're like, oh, I watch your YouTube channel. I'm like, thank you. And then it just like, I get so nervous because I'm like, do I sound like an idiot? I don't want to sound like dumb, but I don't know what to say. And then like, you know, typically you would introduce yourself to someone and be like, oh, I'm Karrie. But how can you introduce yourself when that person already knows who you are? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think about it like that, it's kind of funny. But yeah, I get a little nervous. Not, like I said, it's more of like nervous in the sense of my social skills go out the window. Let's see, a lot of people asking about putting the pool up again. Y'all loved our pool. I wish I loved it as much as y'all loved it, but it just didn't work out. Just wanted to say hi and I love your channel. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. Let's see, does your husband ever get tired of doing projects? This is such a common question as well. No, you guys, he does not get tired of me doing projects. Honestly, he doesn't help me with many projects anymore. I can do 99% of the work by myself. Every now and then, if I need like his help picking something up, y'all, if he complained about picking something up for me or like gave me a hard time, I'd be like, this is how I earn money. And like, obviously this is how I help support our family and he appreciates that as well. So no, he does not get upset at all. But I've also learned, like, there's certain times when you ask your spouse for help and there's certain times where it's like not a good time. So like, for instance, if he came home from work and he just got done working all day and he walked in that front door and I was like, hey babe, I need help with this, 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 and this. He's not gonna wanna help me. He's just not. He's not gonna wanna be involved at all. But if I wait and he's in a good mood and he's done chilled for a little bit, maybe I've done made dinner and I'm like, hey honey, you know, I really need help carrying this to this, whatever. He'll jump up and help me immediately. It's all about timing. And if you think about it, I'm sure everybody, even yourself, would probably agree that that is true. Like, sometimes you just gotta catch people at the right time to ask them for a favor. But no, he does not care. And I could literally change my house a million times and he doesn't even notice. Like, I honestly thought about painting the kitchen cabinets and he's like, I don't care, whatever you want to do. He's like, it always looks good, so I don't care. He's just really just go with the flow type of guy. Y'all see all that laundry? Yeah, I know, it's horrible. I'm so far behind again. Let's see. Do you plan on buying a new house in the future? So this is like a whole story, just to be honest. Like, this is like a long story. So I'll leave like a timestamp if you want to skip ahead to the next question. So if you guys did not know, this past year, so last year, we actually were going to sell our house. We were actively looking to buy a new place. But when I tell you the prices are so high, like, we just can't afford it. Just to put it, I mean, there's no other way to put it. We just can't afford it. Our mortgage would have been up in like the 2000s. We currently are like in the low 1000s now. It would be such a high jump. We would be struggling. We'd be back to living paycheck to paycheck again, and that's just not where I want to be. So we can't afford it, to put it lightly. I mean, what we were gonna do is sell the house, our house. Then we were going to put all that money into it and hope that it would bring our payment down. But even then, our payment was still like $1,900, which is still extremely high. And then all the homes we were looking at were fixer-uppers. So on top of paying an extra high mortgage, we would also be having to spend money to fix it up. And I have like a budget, obviously, with spending on YouTube. Like, in order for me to make money, I have to spend money. That's just part of YouTube. But I I don't make enough on YouTube to make it make sense to pay that much for a mortgage and a house, and also pay to put in the money to fix it up to post a video. Like, if my videos like went viral and I made like viral videos, I definitely think it would be possible. And I think that's why you probably would assume that most people at my channel size would probably be moving on and finding a new home. It's just not in the cards for us. Trust me, we've tried multiple times. We've tried a million different ways. And then of course, with the car accident that I recently got into, that really threw us through a loop. I was actually saving money, and it makes you want to cry to even talk about it because I'm really bummed, but I'm also not bummed because I'm proud of my truck. But I was saving money to try to buy an investment property down the line. I was thinking maybe, because we were working on paying off all of our debt, and I figured if we could get my husband's truck paid off and our side-by-side sold, then we could buy an investment property and eventually turn around and sell it and use that money to buy another investment property and try to get into real estate, right? That was the plan. So I was saving money and saving money and saving money, but we ended up having to use a lot of it for a new vehicle, also to pay off the side-by-side that we had, because we had to sell that to get less payments so that way we could afford to get my truck. We have such a long life ahead of us to do all these things that we want to do. So yeah, just because we're not moving right this second, it's okay. And I think time will work in our favor if we're smart and we stay where we are, because at this rate where we are now, we will have our house paid off around like 40 to 45 years old. And in my opinion, I would much rather have no mortgage and be in a small house than to be in a massive house that I just can't ever afford to pay off. And also, with YouTube being so wishy-washy, it's not something I can fully rely on, and I don't feel comfortable having to rely on my income for a home. I would much rather be in a position where we know that if one of us loses our job, we are gonna make it okay on a regular job's income. So I think that's really important to think about and consider when it comes to buying. And it's hard, I'm not gonna lie to you. When I sit back and I watch other people that I'm like acquaintances with here on YouTube, and I see them buying new homes and building and doing all these things, like, it is so inspiring, and it makes you want to have those things as well. But I also know that it's just really just not in the cards for us right now, and that's okay. We'll get there one day. And so don't compare yourself to others. Stay in your lane, stay where you're supposed to be. You know what you can afford. And you know, I don't talk in detail about my finances, but I know you guys, we can't afford it. So that's just the truth. So anyway, what's it like living in Florida? It's freaking hot. So hot. It's hot here. It honestly is burning up outside right now. Like, you cannot go outside without having shade near you or you're gonna roast. That's how hot it is. Can you still have kids? And if you would, or if so, would you consider one more? I would love to have more kids, but I cannot. I have my tubes tied. I got my tubes tied when I had my son because I did not have a great pregnancy or delivery. I knew even after having my daughter, I had an emergency C-section, that there was some stuff going on in my belly, like it wasn't working out. My doctor even said, hey, look, you got too much scar tissue. This is probably your last baby. She convinced me, honey, oh, I thought she was still itching. She convinced me to go ahead and get my tubes tied because she felt like it was not smart to, you know, have more kids, knowing that like my body, my uterus, whatever, you know, happens in your belly when you have a C-section, just couldn't handle it. Okay, so here's the thing. I absolutely love kids, and I think that if I did not have my tubes tied, and I think if I had good pregnancies, I think I would have multiple children. I would have way more than two. My dog's out front, hold on. Sorry, she squeezes through the gate and gets out sometimes and just goes to the front door and barks because she wants in. But I think that I would have definitely had more children, but I do love my two kids. I think they're plenty, especially in the stage of life we're at now where it's like super busy. I feel like my hands are full. I've actually occasionally have been watching my niece, and I forgot how hard it was to have a baby. Like, it's a lot. But I also realized that when you are the mom and you grow with the child, like, you become accustomed to it differently than now, like, as the aunt that's babysitting, you know what I'm saying? So, do I want more kids? Yes. But am I okay with where we are? Yes, absolutely. So, let's see. Why am I standing here? I should probably be sitting down somewhere, but it's okay. I'm just gonna stand here. Good lighting. My house is dark right now. I don't have any other lights on. Let's see. Sarah asks, how do you think of new content? I feel like that would be a very challenging part of YouTube, especially when you're on a budget and you have to save for certain projects. So, coming up with new, creative, authentic content that is yours is extremely hard. Extremely hard. So basically what I do is I just share what I would share like with a family or friends. So like for instance, like when I'm working on projects, I share all this with my family. Like I send pictures to my sister-in-law like I would share with you guys. But I naturally like to change things, so coming up with like DIYs is not that bad because I'm always wanting to improve my home. I'm always wanting to change it. It's just what I like to do. So really it's not hard to come up with the content as hard as it is to film and edit the content and be the production team and the commenter. Like I do it all. I don't have a team. I don't have anyone helping. The only team I have is a management team that helps me get brand deals. So when I do a sponsorship, which helps tremendously, and thank you guys for your support on that. I feel like there's such a taboo like thing with sponsorships, and I totally get it. As a viewer myself, I 100% get it. So when you watch my ads and y'all are kind about it and you help out with my sponsorships, I do appreciate you guys so much. I wanted to say that. But I also, as a viewer myself, understand how I'm a viewer. I watch YouTubers too, so I get the whole sponsorship thing, but I also realize how difficult it is to stay super relevant on YouTube and post content that's going to blow up and make you the money. There's sometimes when I just don't feel like anything I share is content worthy. Like for instance today, like even this video, like is this content worthy? Like do you guys actually want to see this? Do you want to get to know me on this level? And I will sometimes get in my head about it, but I honestly think a lot of YouTubers do. It's not just me. I have friends that are in YouTube and we all second guess ourselves and we all wonder, are we doing enough? Is our content worthy enough? Are we relevant? It's hard to also stay within a niche as well. Like with YouTube, the algorithm wants you to stay in a bubble. And for me personally, my bubble is like DIYs, budget-friendly lifestyle content. So I can kind of spread out a little bit. I can do like a vlog or a project. But the moment I try to venture out and do like a day in the life, like a normal mom day in the life, it tanks. So in a sense, it can be challenging, but there's so much to share. So I feel like it would be really hard to run out of content. It's just mentally in my head, I feel like sometimes, is it content worthy? Like, do you guys actually want to see my life? Do you want to see a vlog? Do you want to see me cook dinner tonight, even though I'm making like chili dogs and fries? You see what I'm saying? Sorry, my sister-in-law just texted me a picture of my nephew with a net over his head. He got stuck. They were at Walmart and he put the net over his head and it got stuck. He's so cute. What? Someone says I sound so much like Shania Twain. Well, thank you. That's a very nice compliment. Shania Twain is beautiful. I used to love her back in the day. Whenever I was younger, I was like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. I want to be like her. I want to look like her. So thank you. That's really sweet of you. Are there artists in your family? Because you have some great artistic skills. Thank you. Yes and no. So my dad's very talented. He can draw like really good actually. He doesn't draw often obviously, but he used to like doodle whenever we were younger, and his like little characters he would draw were really cool. My mom can draw. She can draw like really awesome like Mickey Mouse, and she used to draw these like really cute puppies when I was a kid. My cousin can draw. I just recently found that out. So yeah, there's definitely some artists in our family. I feel like we're all very talented. My older brother's pretty talented in his work, so is my little brother. And I think my kids are gonna probably get that artistic gene too. My daughter loves to draw. My son does too as well. His little people are the cutest. How did you get started doing budget projects, and have you ever thought of reaching out to HGTV? I started doing budget projects because we were just like struggling financially, and I love to decorate my home. I love to change it. I love to do work on projects, and slowly but surely I just started to learn and do better and better, and that's how I got into it. And as far as reaching out to HGTV, absolutely not. No, I am too shy. I could never have someone in a room watching me talk to a camera, filming me. And first off, I think that my projects are more on the down home real life style. Like, they're not HGTV, you know what I'm saying, worthy. Like, I feel like they're up here and I'm kind of like here. Like, I'm sharing like real life stuff. They have like a whole production team. Please keep that in mind. Like, when you see HGTV come on TV and they're like, oh, here's this project and here's this huge makeover, like, they had an entire team pulling that together, and it cost thousands and thousands of dollars to pull that off. Like, it's not a budget friendly project. Like, I'm over here spending like 120 bucks. Like, it's completely different than what HGTV is doing. So while I love HGTV and I love all the things they do, I just don't think we're in the same, we're not at the same level, you know. It's okay, that's fine. I think there's room for everybody, and that's their thing and this is my thing. If I was ever approached by HGTV, I'd probably faint, literally hit the ground. Let's see, what made you want to start a YouTube channel? I used to watch YouTube all the time back when I was, you know, just stay-at-home mom out in the country. I was bored, I had nothing to do. I was with my daughter all day. I didn't have family or friends near me. I was at home all day by myself till my husband got home. So I would watch mom creators, and they gave me some level of comfort, and I remember watching them thinking I could totally do this. And I also love decorating and sharing like my little mini budget DIYs that I would do, because I was proud of them, and I wanted to show that you don't have to have a lot of money to have a beautiful house. You just don't. You can have a beautiful home that you care for and you love without spending a fortune or having to make $100,000 a year. You don't have to do that to have a beautiful home. And I wanted to show people that because I didn't see that often on YouTube. There wasn't many creators back when I started that were living in a single wide mobile home that were on a tight budget like we were. So I wanted to start a channel for that, and yeah, that was part of it. I also knew that after watching YouTube that it could become an income, and that was also very appealing to me. Obviously, we were struggling financially, and my husband was the sole provider, and we had babies and more on the way, and I was just like, I need to do something to help out, and I started my channel. And then just slowly over time it grew and grew and grew. Aw, thank you so much for this sweet comment. It said, the best part is that you stay true to a budget, something that instantly connects with most people. I myself all for shopping secondhand and thrift stores. You can save so much money. And I wanted to ask how you recycle your kids' old stuff. Do you donate it, sell it for normal prices? So I actually donate a lot, or we have yard sales. My grandma actually has a yard sale quite often. Like, she accumulates a lot. So they both do, my mom, her, and me. We all do. Who doesn't, right? I'm not trying to judge. I accumulated a lot of crap too. But we put it in a yard sale, or I'll donate it. So yeah, nothing ever gets thrown away in my house. Like, I'm very, if it can be used for another child or for another person, I try my best to donate it or sell it really cheap at a yard sale. What do your kids think about you doing YouTube? So my kids are really proud of me, to be honest. Like, and I'm not trying to like just be like, oh my gosh, my kids love me. No, like, my daughter tells everybody that I have a YouTube channel, and I love that she is so proud, but I get like super embarrassed. She'll tell everybody. She's like my grandma. Her and my grandma like tell everybody. She told her teacher at school, and she was like, yeah, like, I told my friends at school and their moms watch your channel, and I'm like, oh my god, no. I love that my kids love it. My daughter loves watching my videos. Caden really doesn't really understand, to be honest. Like, he understands that I have a YouTube channel, but I don't think he really understands, if that makes sense. My daughter, she's obviously older, she gets it, so she understands, and I think it's super sweet that they're very supportive. All my family is super supportive, so it's nice. Even my nephews watch my channel, and they're like, I watched your YouTube video. I love it, but it's also like, I don't know, I still get embarrassed. Why am I this way? I don't know why I get embarrassed. I'm naturally just a shy. I'm getting red just talking about it. How is it being at home now that both kids are in school? Listen, my kids are like, it's always one or the other is home. Like, I'm telling you right now, since they've started school, with all the sicknesses they have caught from school and brought this crap home, there is always one or the other every other week that's home for a day or so. Like, I feel like they're not even ever in school. And the amount of days that they miss for like half days and school's out today for teacher work day, I'm like, when do y'all go to school? Like, at first, I remember it being like, oh, trust me, it was emotional. Y'all, I cried for a week straight sending both of my kids to school, knowing I was home alone. But the day goes by so fast for me because I'm so busy trying to get everything done before they get off of school. So really, it goes by so quick. And once you get in a routine of being home alone and figuring out what you can do when they're gone at school, the day flies by, and before you know it, you're picking them up and it doesn't even feel like they were gone. Does your YouTube channel make you good money? No one ever says, I love your channel. For every creator is different. I do think that it really boils down to your viewers, if they're watching the ads, how many views you have per subscriber count, if a video goes viral right away, if it doesn't. There's so many factors that play into it. I make a full-time income on YouTube. I'm not making a killing like some people do. I think there's some that make like $15,000, $20,000 a month. It's insane. Like, it's crazy. That's like mind-blowing money. Like, that would like... Let's see. Rebecca asked, do you remember your first furniture flip? And are you proud of how far you've come on DIYs, your YouTube journey? So my first furniture flip, the dresser. Do you remember the dresser? My husband and I did our very first ever project. It was my first project. We took a old dresser that was my mom's. We converted it into a TV stand. And that was the TV stand we had in our first mobile home. Then we moved next door into the second mobile home, and it fit perfectly into the built-in cubby. Do y'all remember that? That was our first ever DIY that we did, furniture flip. And it turned out so pretty. I loved it, and I was super sad to sell it, but I did sell it when we moved into this house because it just didn't fit anywhere. It was way too big, and it's extremely heavy. It was solid wood. But I do remember that. And as far as being proud, I am extremely proud of where we are today. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you guys, the support from my husband, my family. I'm very proud of this channel and how far it's come, and the support that I get from you guys is just unbelievable. So thank you so much for that. I'm very proud. I'm really also proud of how far I've come with like DIYs, in the sense like I will whip out the saw by myself. I would never do that before. I always waited for my husband to get home and I had him watch to make sure I wasn't gonna cut my fingers off. You know, like, I was super cautious, but now I feel like I can pull it out, and I built built-ins by myself. Like, I'm not scared to tackle a project without him, and that is super empowering. It really is. I love that. What is your favorite time of the day, and what do you look forward to doing on your downtime? This is a great question. Thank you. This is a very sweet question too. So my favorite time of the day would probably be, so I honestly feel like it every day varies, but I do love when my husband gets home from work. Like, I freaking miss him all day. Like, I can't wait for him to get home from work. I can't wait for us to go outside. We sit on our little patio and we talk, and we usually have a coffee, and we just enjoy each other's company. That's probably my favorite time of the day every day, but I also have been working out and exercising. And I do look forward to some me time as well, so I look forward to that. I also look forward to picking up my kids from school a lot. Like, when they're at school all day, and I can't wait to pick them up. But I don't know about your children, but when I pick mine up, they are tired, a little cranky, they're hungry, they want to eat. And yeah, sometimes it's great, sometimes it's a little like stressful, but I do look forward to seeing them after they've been gone at school all day. So there's a few times a day I really look forward to. And then on my relaxing time, I don't really like to relax. I'm not someone who likes to lay around and chill. Like, every now and then I'll have like a movie day or something, but I'm like a get it all done type of person. So on my relaxing days, I want to go on a nature trail, I want to go fishing, I want to go do something. That's what I like to do. Bike rides, anything. Someone asked, can you recommend a nice white paint for my interior walls? Something fresh. Ooh, that's a good question. I've always heard linen white is good. I don't have many whites, but I will say Sherwin-Williams, like, if you walk into Lowe's and you buy this Sherwin-Williams Ovation Plus, the bright white, same color I use on these, same color I use on this, that's the color, and I love it. It's a very pure white. There's no pink undertone or like blue undertone. I love this white color. It's very beautiful, and it looks clean all the time. So love it. It matches really well with my cabinetry. Love it. I have all my baseboards painted this color as well. So Sherwin-Williams Ovation Plus. It's the color bright white. You literally buy it right off the shelf. They can just mix it up for you, but it's a great white color. I love it. And that's all. So I think I answered like a lot of the questions. I think I did good. If I missed anything and you have a question, feel free to leave it in the comments below. I may answer it just right there, or I'll just add it to the next Q&A. I love doing these. They're so much fun. Just very chatty, and y'all know I love to talk. Kill some time. But I'm gonna get over there, fold all this laundry up. I probably should have been folding while I was talking, but oh well, I didn't do that. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for hanging out. I hope to see you over in my next video. Stay tuned for that. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, y'all.